Hello, everybody. This is Outlaws Unleashed. Welcome. My name is Kent. Grandma is here.
Hello.
Hello. Grandma, why do you think people self-censor themselves?
Oh, because they are scared, of course. And I am among them. I am scared. It is um, certain things I'm very scared to say out loud or in the public to say so. And yeah, I don't want to come in a situation where I need to protection just to be alive. You understand?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people self-censor for that reason. And also a lot of people self-censor for because they are scared of losing friends or yeah, or family even. How about you?
I would like to say no, but the answer is yes. It,
Yeah,
so if we talk among ourselves, I don't do it. If I talk to, but the honest answer being unleashed is that our channel would be taken down like that
yeah,
if we talk about certain subjects. So, in this regard, the answer is yes.
yeah,
In the private sphere, no. But then again, I don't think I have radical ideas. Um, I'm not at the absolute far end of anything. But even though it's an important question, Grandma, because and people self-censor much more than ourselves. So I,
yes.
I I struggle with the question if I'm self-censoring on on YouTube like this to stay on YouTube. Is there a point of talking about everything and getting cancelled? We are freer on X. It's easier to tell the world what you think there. And the question is, should we drop all of the chains and in practical get the channel removed? Is it worth it? What do you think?
Yeah, but the point is that what we are speaking about and also in private is not radical.
It's not.
No, it's only normal questions.
Hmm.
For example, about the vaccines, about the war in Ukraine, about freedom of speech, about uh, yes, about practically everything. It's not radical. It's normal stuff, but somehow um, it has been made radical, and I don't understand how we got here. Even that's
But do we really have free speech in the past? Is it a new thing though?
at least in the past it was normal um, that two sides of a spectrum was debating. That was normal in the past, like Charlie Kirk did.
Hmm.
That was a very normal thing to do. And now his death has become so important because he was practically almost the only one in the world who was doing this. Because if you see if you see, look at, if you, for example, if you watch podcast, if you go to X, if you go to anywhere where people are discussing things, it's not, it's not, it's very rare that two sides are discussing things. It's like if you tune into CNN, and they are only sitting there, people who are on the same side, as to speak. Everywhere you tune in, you find only people who are on the same side. And this has changed because before it was the normal thing was, yeah, didn't matter what TV channel you went to. It was always debates among people with different views. So we had, um, yeah, we had programs who was doing the same as Charlie Kirk all over the place. And that is totally gone. And I think that's why we self-censor also, because
Yeah, but it's not a big thing, not for me. I find it as a it's certain subjects we don't talk about because it's one thing talking on the internet and it's one thing to be hunted down the streets like this. And
yeah,
not saying that the one or the other is possible or not, but we would get, as we are already cancelled, and I think it's a question of time before we get removed, and yeah,
yeah, it is.
we will see.
And yeah, and what is quite refreshing in that regard, but uh, also you can see how shocked people is. What is quite refreshing is that we have a president in America now who is going against everything, and he's not scared to speak the truth, and of course, but he have protection also, Secret Service, he have the best protection in the world, although they almost killed him. But that's refreshing, at least when he's staying there in the United Nations and bombing the audience there with the truth. That's and United Nations, the hundreds of people there from different countries, from different bureaucracies, from different, and the whole audience there, they are on the same side. And Trump is the only one who's telling them what
But it's
what
interesting though because you see the practical politics is not insane for him, but the way he talks is the thing that people is offended by. And
yeah, and of course they are offended by that he's revealing how incompetent they are,
but then
just with
talking
the
people in positions. For me, I'm mostly concerned about so-called normal people, and
yes,
because the
yes,
assholes in the politics, they can go
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, yes, I totally agree with this. But listening to this is very refreshing because um, he's speaking about things that, how to say, um, if it wasn't for self-censorship, a lot of the things he said, I would say myself openly everywhere I go. You understand? Yeah, but but you don't do that to an
It,
extent, or we do it to an extent.
I would say actually we do. So I think you're cutting yourself a little short here. Um, Don't you think?
Yeah, maybe in some regard, but yeah,
Hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Because nothing I think he talks about is off limits for us. There are a few things that he's not talking about, and so-called they are not talking about, that we're not
yeah,
talking about. But I
yeah,
think everything that Trump's talking about and every politician we are talking about, and a lot more. So again, I think it's a question of time. We have already created an account on X. We are not using it so much, but there's some traction.
yeah,
We also have a Rumble account, which we are not using, but
yeah.
it's a possibility because
Yeah,
I,
I guess what I'm trying to say is that when someone like Trump, for example, comes out and speak the truth so blatantly as he is doing, I guess that could give us also more courage. You
I
understand?
don't, yeah, but I don't think we're missing the courage to do it because as a, I think we are talking about it because it's,
Yeah,
yeah, I can't find anything that they, so-called the politicians and them are talking about that we're not talking about, and we are talking about a lot more things than they are talking about. That's a little rant, but uh,
yeah,
but I'm thinking it's one thing about us, Grandma. It's a little
mm.
self-centered here. But most
Yes,
people, they are not
yes,
talking
but
about anything that we are talking about.
no,
They may find what we are talking about a little sensational. They
yeah,
might find us on the far end on a side.
yeah,
But I would say we are traditional. I would
yes,
say we want a traditional society like it used to be, with the traditional roles and a free society with free speech and solid money and good foundations for society to grow.
yeah,
Um, I'm not
yes,
sure that people see it like this though, but that's the
no,
honest answer.
yeah.
And
Yes, it is the honest answer. It
uh,
is. Yeah. And I know a few people who don't dare to open their mouth, who is um, when I speak with them, for example, they can tend to whisper even to me.
hmm.
So scared people are.
Yes, I know people around me that, of course, have friends and family, and if they talk about what we are talking about, they would get cancelled pretty much
Yeah. Yes.
because they know us, and that's
Yes.
insane, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, so, but you see it going further than this? As society is closing more down, or you think it's a hope that it's opening up a little?
Mm. In America, I think maybe it's possible it could go the right way, but in Europe, I'm a little bit concerned that it's moving in the wrong direction still. A little bit concerned, but yeah, we have to see.
Yeah.
But
I believe there's a war coming on our continent.
you think so?
Yeah, a bigger one.
Yeah,
Because it's only idiots that's ruling and they don't want to lose power.
yeah,
It's a great thing for them.
Yeah.
sending normal people out to die,
Mm.
pushing the economy and sending normal people out to die. Is my opinion, though. I, I'm an amateur. I can't know, but it's my best guess. And I think Europe is a lost continent. I think
Yeah,
the
you think
euro,
so?
I think the euro,
Mm.
and I think the EU will collapse. And
Yeah.
I'm not positive for the future in a few years, but over time, I am positive.
Mm.
I just think it seems to me, again, amateur, but the world is running like on 20-year cycles. And I think on of the 20-year cycles, I think it's four. So 80 years. In 80 years, people can't remember what happened before. And I think we're on the end of a fourth 20-year cycle. So
Yeah.
I think there's a new cycle beginning soon where a lot of things would happen at the end of this cycle, and a new start will come with a new 20-year cycle and think will be very good. But before this, I think I think
Yeah.
we
How
will
big
lose
overall
too
do you
fast.
think is how big overall do you think self-censorship plays in this? That people keep their mouth
I think
shut.
it will be worse before it gets better. Something like this. I think we
Yeah.
are going to the mountaintop, but I'm not sure if you're going down yet. So I'm thinking it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Mhm.
And it's becoming better after a while because people like us and the people that's watching us are standing up. It's the only thing to do. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see a tunnel, Rama. I see it, and it's a light, and at the end of the tunnel, and I think things will be good. But before this, I think people will have it not good. I think there's a chance that they'll be losing homes, and I think there's the possibility of a economic collapse. And I think I don't think it's going to be easy to be a free woman or man in the years to come, months, years to come.
Yeah. And free speech. Um, you can see how important it is on the way they are, on all the effort they are, and the money and everything they are putting down to form people's opinions and to shut people's mouths.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think we have to get even more courage to speak, and it's very important to say these things loud and to
I
speak
think
with
so.
someone about it, because to just sit there and feel the fear and not speak
I
about it.
yeah, but the grandma, I don't feel any fear about it because I'm not afraid of anything that can happen to me here on this earth. Nothing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of it.
Mm.
I am a free man in body and soul. The only reason I am not talking about everything here on the YouTube is because we will lose the YouTube channel. And I think we have things to talk about before we do that.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
Yeah, I
But
think
now they reinstalled some.
yeah, so
They
we are coming to the point. I feel we are have to talk about everything. However, I think we have things to talk about before we are deleted. And we will
Yeah.
see if we are deleted before this, of course, but
Yeah.
we will be found on X or Rumble or somewhere else if we are removed. Uh,
Yeah.
but I have a feeling that some people still needs to wake up a little. before we are removed,
Yeah,
if I can say.
yeah, yeah. But it is a feeling. It is a feeling to, for me at least. It feels like I live on another planet. It feels like I'm sometimes. Sometimes it feels like I am on the right planet, but most of the time it feels like uh, I was thrown out from the universe and landed on the wrong planet. Sometimes it feels like this, to be
I,
sincere.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
yeah. So still, we have more to talk about, Grandma.
Yeah.
We also have to talk about the journalists
Yes. Yes.
when talking about the free speech and self-censorship.
Yeah. Because there are two things who are the biggest problems,
Mm.
and the press
We are leaving
is,
this for next episode, Grandma.
yeah, the press is the major one,
Yeah.
and we have to speak about this. Yes.
This is Outlaws Unleashed. Thank you for listening. See you guys next time. Goodbye for now.
Bye bye.